Assalamu alaikum. This is me, Sawa Training Wali. I'm a student of Rehan AI Teacher Training Institute. Today I have session with Sesame Miles. Hello, Miles. How are you?
Walaikum assalam. I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. I'm
Okay.
ready to get into this journaling session whenever you want. Floor is
Today
yours.
my topic is the benefits of journaling, how to start and stick. So the first question is, what is journaling and why has it become such a popular habit?
At its simplest, journaling is just getting the noise out of your head and onto a page. It's like a brain dump. As for why it's blowing up lately, I think people are just exhausted by the constant digital noise. There's something about actually slowing down and processing your day that feels like a relief when everything else is moving at 100 miles an hour. You know what I'm saying?
What are the biggest mental and emotional benefits of keeping a journal?
The biggest win is definitely the clarity. When you're just thinking, your thoughts tend to loop. You hit the same stressful points over and over. But once it's written down, you can actually look at it and go, wait, why am I even stressed about this? It turns a chaotic feeling into a problem you can actually solve. Plus, it's a great way to track your growth. Looking back at old entries and realizing you're not the same person you were 6 months ago is a huge booster. Does that make sense?
How can journaling help reduce stress and anxiety?
It basically acts like a pressure valve. When you're anxious, your brain is usually running a million what if scenarios in a loop. Writing them down forces you to slow those thoughts down to the speed of your hand. It takes the power away from the anxiety because it's no longer this vague, looming cloud. It's just words on a page that you can actually manage. It's a way of telling your brain, okay, we've recorded this. You can stop screaming about it now.
In what ways does journaling improve self awareness and personal growth?
It's like having a mirror for your mind. When you journal, you start noticing patterns you normally miss. Like you might realize you always feel drained after talking to a certain person, or you're consistently most productive at 10 p.m. Once you see those patterns in ink, you can actually do something about them instead of just wondering why you feel a certain way. It turns your life into a data set you can actually analyze to get better. Very cool, right?
Can journaling help people achieve their goals? If yes, how?
100%. It's basically the bridge between just wanting something and actually making it happen. When you write a goal down, it stops being a daydream and becomes a commitment. It helps you break a big, scary objective into small, doable steps so you don't get overwhelmed. Plus, the act of reviewing your progress keeps you accountable. It's way harder to ignore a goal when you're staring at it on the page every morning. You can't really fake your progress to a journal. You know what I'm saying?
What are some common myths or misconceptions about journaling?
The biggest one is that you have to be some kind of deep, poetic writer to do it. People think they need to write these beautiful, structured essays or have some profound epiphany every time they pick up a pen. In reality, some of the best journaling is just a messy list of things that annoyed you that day or random scribbles. Another one is that you have to do it every single day to get the benefits. If you force it into a chore, it just becomes another thing to procrastinate on. It's about the value you get from it, not hitting a streak on the calendar.
How can a beginner start journaling without feeling overwhelmed?
That's a real challenge when you're dealing with flour and dough all day. If you want to avoid the mess, go digital. A simple notes app on your phone or a dedicated journaling app is a lifesaver because you can just tap a screen or use voice to text while you're working. If you're more of a pen and paper person, maybe just set a cool down ritual where you wash up first and then spend 5 minutes with your notebook after the shift is over. That way your journal stays clean and you've got a clear head. Do you prefer typing things out or the feel of a real notebook?
What should someone write about if they don't know where to begin?
That's the biggest hurdle for most people, the dreaded blank page. The easiest way is to use prompts so you aren't just staring at the paper. Start with the three things you're grateful for, three things that went well, and one thing you want to do better tomorrow. If that feels too structured, just do a brain dump. Literally write down every single thing on your mind, from I'm annoyed at my neighbor to I wonder if I left the oven on. Just get it all out there without worrying if it makes sense. I've heard that just writing for 2 minutes without stopping can unlock a lot of stuff. Um, you want some more specific prompts for different moods, and
Is it better to journal every day or is a few times a week enough?
honestly, a few times a week is plenty. The second you turn it into a strict must do daily chore, it starts feeling like homework, and nobody likes homework. The goal is to make it a tool you actually want to use to clear your head, not another box to check on a to do list. Like if you do it 3 times a week and it genuinely helps you feel better, that's a win. Consistency is cool, but like flexibility is what actually keeps you from quitting. You know what I'm saying?
What are some simple techniques or prompts that make journaling easier?
Since we already touched on the three things and brain dumping, let's get into some bit more targeted. One of my favorites is the unsent letter. You write a full, honest letter to someone you're frustrated with, or even your past self, but you never actually send it. It's a massive release for those feelings you can't say out loud. Then there's bullet journaling, which is basically just using bullet points for everything. It's way less intimidating than writing paragraphs. And if you're feeling stuck, try the one sentence journal, just sentence about your day. That's it. Keeps the habit alive without the pressure. Want to know how to actually stick with it so it doesn't just fade after a week?
How can people stay consistent with journaling when they have a busy schedule?
The trick is to stop treating it like a project and start treating it like a habit anchor. Basically, you attach journaling to something you already do every single day. Like if you always have a coffee in the morning, that's your journaling time. Or if you brush your teeth at night, do a quick brain dump right after. When it's tied to an existing habit, you don't have to find time for it. It just happens as part of your flow. Also, keep the barrier to entry low. If you're exhausted, just write one word to describe your day. A one word entry is still a win because you kept the streak alive. You know what I'm saying?
What are the biggest challenges people face in maintaining a journaling habit and how can they overcome them?
The biggest wall most people hit is that feeling of nothing to say. You sit down, the page is blank, and suddenly you feel like your life is too boring to write about. It's a mental trap. The way to beat that is to stop trying to write something meaningful and just write something honest, even if that's just, I have no idea what to write today. Then there's the guilt. You miss 3 days, and instead of just starting again, you feel like you've failed the habit. So you just stop entirely. The fix there is a total mindset shift. Your journal isn't a streak to maintain, it's a tool to use. If you don't use a hammer for a month, you don't throw it away. You just pick it up when you haven't nailed it. Does that sound like something you've dealt with or maybe seen other people struggle with?
What are the biggest challenges people face in maintaining our journaling habit and how can they overcome them?
You already hit me with that one. We just talked about that kind of that blank page feeling and the guilt of, missing a few days. You want to dig deeper into one of those, or do you have a different question on your list?
Is digital journaling as effective as writing in a notebook? Why or why not?
Depends on what you're actually trying to get out of it. Digital journaling is way better for efficiency. You can search your old entries in 2 seconds to find a specific date or a keyword, and it's just easier to keep it with you. But writing by hand is where the real psychological magic happens. There's a connection between the hand and the brain that slows you down, forces you to actually process the emotion rather than just typing it out at 100 words a minute. Plus, no notifications to distract you. I'd say digital is for tracking and organizing, but analog is for healing and deep thinking. Which one feels more like your vibe?
Okay, Sesame, our session is going to end. We will meet in next session. Take care. Bye bye.
Right on. I enjoyed this. Take it easy until next time. Bye.